The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tiger Technician Hour with your host, Basil Chapman. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Now, Basil Chapman.
Good morning, everyone. Basil Chapman here. So with great sadness, let me just put this up here. I just sent this out at 9 o'clock after Tommy Jr. started his show. I thought I'd wait for the appropriate time. And if I can just find this right here. Yep, there it is. So we had some absolutely shocking, really, or surprising isn't the word because it came as a tremendous shock. But I sent this out to my subscribers this morning. Over the weekend, we were informed that Tom O'Brien Sr. passed away from a terminal condition. It is with untold sadness, tremendous gratitude, and immense respect that I relay the sudden horrific news. My, and I'm sure your, deepest sympathies go out to Tommy Jr. and his family. The shock and dismay is overwhelming. So in that indomitable, upbeat spirit that Tom was imbued with, let's be grateful and celebrate that once-in-a-million personality that fortunately came into our lives. To our dearest Tom O'Brien, may his wonderful memory remain with us forever. With that said, there are a lot of things that we can talk about in terms of the market, but the most important thing that for me has been the impact that Tom O'Brien has always made. I suspect to almost all of you would not be listening right now if it wasn't for Tom O'Brien. You can be proud of what Tommy did this morning and for the honors that everyone's bestowing on Tom. He had an infectiousness that was already, you couldn't help but be impacted by it. But I was most impressed from the moment I heard him just on the radio, tuning in at some point back in the 1990s. And I was fascinated because I was involved in the market. I had a partner. We had a business market analysis, Market Line it was called. And my partner had, in fact, just as we went in 2000, was invited by Fidelity to join Fidelity. So I was on my own. I remember I came to this as a musician. I came here to the United States to continue studying music. I had a master's degree. I was a clarinetist, performed freelance here in the Boston area, played chamber music, conducted, did a lot of things, taught in different places. And I had a dual career. At a certain point, I developed this technique for the stock market, and it was actually at Fidelity that the chief technician, I made contact with him, and things developed from there. So when I listened to Tom, and at a certain point he was interviewing Tim Ward, and I was fascinated. I would always tune in to listen whenever I could. In fact, I even remember playing tennis with the radio in my pocket, a portable radio on, and my partner was on the other side. He didn't hear a thing, but I was busy listening to updates. And at some point, because I was going to be on my own, and I had been diagnosed with a cancer situation that was really came as a big surprise, very serious, had a major operation. And I thought to myself, either I'm going to go on my own or I'm going to I'll find someone to work with. And I contacted Tom just out of the blue. I said, he was in New Hampshire, I'm in Newton, Massachusetts, Boston area. And we met. And I don't want to go spend some time going through the whole thing, but it was really fascinating. I was sitting there and I said, all right, watch this. I had the computer live, a 1 minute chart. I said, and we're talking and talking. I said, oh, wait a minute. I'm waiting for a peak F. And he said, what a peak F? I said, look, I showed you all those peaks to count them, A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. F is where you've got to be really careful. And I looked and I said, oh, right here, this is where the market should go to, should pull back. And we started talking, just continuing our conversation. And then I said, well, let's see what's happened. And this peak F, the price had just dropped huge. And he said, oh, my God, that's amazing. Would you be interested in working with us at TFNN? I said, absolutely. If it's educational, I said, absolutely. So that was my start. And that was back in 2002. I think it must have been October in 2003. I think I started my newsletter. So we go back a long way. And the most important thing that I believe in terms of just thinking of Tom, this icon Tom, started TFNN, is that in a sense, when you talk about him as educated or uneducated, Tom didn't go to colleges and all the, Harvard or anything like that. And yet his growth, both as a person, as an intellect, as someone who could converse with anyone, his comprehension of quite difficult aspects of the market or in life, the way he would sum it up and really understand it so well, to me that was immeasurable. You couldn't put any sense of time or price or anything. That was just something that it was part of his personality. It's part of what he would do. It's part of his growth. When I met him last, he was busy talking about using AI, and he had this parking area that he was trying to form into rectangles of a certain size, and he wanted to know. It was just amazing how he didn't stop learning. And also, he was this person. I always said, if I had to go to war, there's only one person I want in front of me, and that's Tom O'Brien. He had this sense. He was able to put his finger up into the wind and just get a sense in a second about opportunity, how to use it, and wait for the perfect time to really get into it. So he's impacted me in many, many ways, and I think he's impacted all of you. And I think with that, it's a lot easier to speak of someone, even though you're going to miss them a great deal, if that memory is alive like a flame that just sits there. And I think the Tom O'Brien flame is just going to sit there like an Olympic flame, and that's all I can say. So with that said, what I would like. Exactly. In the den, dude says, I remember pointing out Basil's stalk pattern on Tom's chart, and he responded back, let's shoot it. I know, every time I mention that particular pattern, the stalk leg, Chapman stalk leg formation, he said, We'll be back in a moment. Basil Chapman. This is the Tiger Technicians Hour, a very difficult show to do on the 21st of October, Monday. We're going to miss Tom O'Brien.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Hi, folks. We're back. Basil Chapman, and in Tom's spirit, we'll go right back to the show. Dow's down 84 at 43,189. For subscribers to the opening call, we remain long, kind of aggressively long. We're anticipating that leg C that was made at 43,289 on Friday, that is going to be taken out, and that we will go to a leg D of 43,325. I should have updated that. I'm sorry. And that we're going to higher highs this week, but I'm also expecting this week that we're going to start to see quite a bit of bumpiness. Leg E in the weekly chart, leg E in the monthly chart. Let's go to the S&P. S&P is acting quite well here. It's up 1 at 58.65. It made an all-time high 3 days ago. Leg D, there's a peak D. So we're in a process based on Chapman wave the methodology itself, enumerating the peaks. When you get to that fourth highest peak, other things can happen. That's where we are. But it's only a leg C in the weekly chart. And if there's a new high this week, it means that you can't make a peak C until next week. You can't make a leg D until the following week, and you can't make a peak D until the week after. So we've got at least, if there's no new high this week, you can make a leg D and a peak D in 2 weeks' time. If not, it extends another little bit. In other words, if we do, you extend it. So this is a monthly chart, leg F. Everything about this says the technicals are still extremely strong. What is noticeable is that the monthly chart in the S&P, the on-balance volume is extremely overbought. It is the most overbought it's been in a long time, but that's the only thing that's overbought in the sense that the stochastic flat at 96%, that's exactly what you want when you're in a buy mode. And the longer it stays, the better it is. As soon as it dips down to 80%, be careful. All right, that's the S&P. Look at the QQQ. 1, 2, 3. QQQ is trading right now up 1.56. It's improved a little bit. All I can say is that on a purely technical basis, if I was looking, remember what I did with this? I showed this to subscribers over the weekend. Right there. Oh, yes, thank you very much. Yeah, the computer, it was something to do with the power supply. I don't know what it was, but my guy, thank goodness, on Friday, got it all organized for me, and we were set to go. So what we're looking at here is that I showed this. I'll do this right now. I'm going to be a little bit all over the show only because there's nothing to do right now. I'm waiting for the peaks to conclude, and then we'll have to see whether or not we either go short or wait for a buying opportunity on a sharp dip. I have to make that decision for subscribers. So the left side, March high in the Dow, all the way to that rising trend line resistance in July, said that you've got a time sequence that gets repeated as a possible time sequence to the upside. These things work very often. And that takes me to the 11th of November. Let me just go there. I'll show you right there. That's the 11th of November. I don't know why. That's after the election. Does that mean the election's not finished? What does it mean? I don't know what it means. I'm just saying to you, this would be the time sequence that I have. Within a period before November the 11th, or around about there, some kind of a top is made, and the top should take you underneath the 14-period moving averages, whether the green 9-period moving average flips to pink by going negative. Wow, you'd have to be under 42,000. So it's a work in progress. And normally, under these conditions, every one of these dark news cloud cover, you remember I used to call it dark news cloud cover, then I changed the name because I didn't want it being mixed up with a candle of the same name. This is the Chapman Dark News Index, DNI. I use it with the Dow only, and it's been absolutely fabulous, given us all the bottoms and the tops quite well. So the bottoms almost to the day. And what I'm saying is that in this particular context, it's almost always yields. The yields are going higher, and that impacted the market. Well, this is the first time in quite a while, and I've been talking about this for over a year and a half, that those 6 icons that I use all the time for decades, Bondy, Crudy, Dolly, Goldie, and Vixie, that's the bonds, the crude oil, the dollar, the gold, and the volatility index. The relationships just haven't been there for a long time. When on earth have you had gold going to all-time highs and the dollar? When on earth were you having the dollar holding very well and gold was tanking? All those things, the mirror images or the repercussions that you would expect, or the parallels, everything's been thrown out the window in this particular phase of the last 6 months to a year. And in this particular instance, you've got something happening which is very unusual. You've got the yields screaming to the upside, and yet Toll Brothers, where did it go? I always do that. Let me just click here. Toll Brothers. Remember, I'm going to be all over the show today because all I'm doing is trying to show you what could be happening, what might happen, and going from there. And all I'm saying is you've got leg D in the weekly chart of Toll Brothers. You've got an all-time high in the monthly. You've got pennies away from today's high is 159.56. Well, the Friday all-time high was 160.12. This is Toll Brothers. Yields are powering to the upside, and yet it's the housing X sector is ignoring it. HGX, look at this, HGX.X, there we go. Well, we won't go unless I forget that there's no X.X. There it is, peak D. And the daily all-time high on Friday. Leg C in the weekly chart, it should still go to a D, all-time high in the monthly chart. So everything else gets thrown out. Now let me run these through. Here we go. I'll start it again. Just got to keep the mind active here because we don't want to be thinking about our late Tom O'Brien. So here we go. 43,003 was at 20 something. I should change it right now. 25. Let me just change it because I'm going to keep saying that. 325. Still long the Dow, thinking that this is going to go higher. And my weekly and monthly charts are suggesting that's the case, but in the very short term, expecting one pop to a leg D. And then I think we've got to be very careful not that much higher. And if you look at this is with the Chapman Wave automated resistance and support levels. Look at that. This chart I show my subscribers every day. Remember, we are long. Most recent long, did I not even put that in? Yeah, we're long, but meantime, I am looking at a leg D, and you can see there's an automated Chapman Wave resistance level right there. Let me just see what it is. It's always a little bit faint. 43405. That's based on the MACD and stochastic technique that I had Herb Brun work out for me. And you can see the support levels. Look, in the 120-minute chart, got a bunch at 43,416 and 43,554. And support levels, at this point, we don't have many support levels. So it's the upside that has some kind of a cap. Is that the music? Yep, I have music. We're about to take a break. The Dow is now down 125. The S&P is only down 3. Basil Chapman, Tiger Technicians Hour, a program in honor of our late leader of the TFNN, Tom O'Brien, who passed away, sadly, over the weekend. Not wanting anyone to know.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Tiger Technicians Hour is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, folks. We're back. Basil Chapman. This is the Tiger Technicians Hour. Basically, a tribute to the late Tom O'Brien. I know it'll come as a shock. It was a shock to us. The hosts, we were told, Tommy O'Brien called us over the weekend to let us know. And what is interesting for me is that for the past many weeks, I've been saying to my wife, there's something going on. For months, I've been looking at Tom, and he doesn't look all that well. And yet he hid this from us. He was going, you would not know it really if he was an inspiration to us all in many, many ways. But the gumption, the sheer velocity, the momentum of his enthusiasm, the way he wanted to embrace anything that was interesting to him and people. I don't think, it reminds me a little bit of my late father-in-law. There weren't too many people that didn't meet him and didn't remember him. And that's kind of like Tom O'Brien. Tom was just impacted and infected many people with his enthusiasm, with his knowledge, with what he did. The whole thing about Tom O'Brien, I always think of him down at the Arthur Fiedler Auditorium. This is on the Commons. This is on the Charles River, where they have the Boston Pops, and I can just see him coming in with his truck, somehow getting in through the guards and the police and all that, and getting his truck there and selling hot dogs. That's how he started. And nothing. He tackled everything as if not only was it fun, but he just wanted to achieve the very best he could out of it, and that's just the way he led life. We had someone in the den from Cape Coral. Why am I suddenly blanking out on his name? Len from Cape Coral, wonderful guy. Many times when we were down giving our sessions in Florida at the live sessions, and Len was really the king of real estate. He just, I don't know how he did it. He just pulls the real estate, he and his son, and it was a long time ago. And I remember when the crash of 2007, 2008 in the real estate market occurred, I thought to myself, wow, this is going to be tough. Well, Len had already gotten out some. He promised he was never going to get out, but he did get out, and he got back in at the bottom. And then I remember Tom O'Brien starting to buy. And that's what he did with gold. He started at the bottom. He went all the way to the top. Started with the bottom in the real estate market all the way to the top. Built TFNN to a powerhouse that it is today. So we're all grateful. Anyway, let's get back to the market. Dow's down 183. I'm considering this kind of a little topping area right now. I'm not sure that we can go screaming much higher with the election sitting out there and not having whippiness. So I think that every rally is going to be met with selling, and I wouldn't be surprised if selling is met with buying, because there's no one. Is the market saying the market? We know who's going to win, and we're so happy with it that we're going to rally. You can't know anything for sure, right? So, okay, with that said, here we go. Dow's down almost 200. S&P is now down a little more. It's down 10 at 58.54 at a peak D already. So this D is where you look at and you say, in the Chapman methodology, fourth highest peak, that's where we've got to get a little cautious. But no matter how I count it, it's only a C in the weekly chart. So that's still very positive. QQQ is now, it was up much sharper. Now it's up 31 cents at 4.94. But we've got to go to where? To the semiconductors, the Van Eck Semiconductor ETF, trading up 50 cents at 252.04, made a peak D. Remember, peak Ds where other things can happen. 262.26 just a week and a half ago, pulls back sharply. Now it's in the middle of the range at 252, down 10 points from that. If you look at this daily chart, I love the way charts mimic themselves. It's a template in the sense that You've got a fractal, a little image that gets repeated, larger, smaller, but it's kind of the same image. Have a look at that image. Have a look at that image. That's the weekly chart. Have a look at the monthly chart. They're all showing the same thing. It could turn out to be a dreaded H, where the semis don't go over the next 3 weeks. They don't go to the 283.07 all-time high. In fact, they start to pull back. And if the semis take out 233 as key support, that's a problem. So it's going to be really important how the next move in the semis, either going above 262.26 or pulling back under, say, 240. Those are the levels I'm watching very closely. Let's just go for one moment. We go to the VIX index. I just don't think the VIX index is going to give us all that much in the way of clues other than to say fund managers are buying insurance. There's just no question about it. Look, it's been going from the 11 area up to the 23 actually, and then it's come down. Now it's at 18. It's just telling us there's a nervousness out there, and you can understand it. Why wouldn't fund managers get a little protection? You lose a little bit on the upside, but at least you got some kind of, call it insurance. All right. So the VIX index is in play, but until it starts to trade on over a week, 2 or 3 times that week, it has to hit 26. Then I think you're looking at a much deeper correction in the markets. Okay, now I need to get to silver. Oh, wait, but now, first of all, IWM, which is pulling back, down 2.37 to 223.27. One of the reasons why we took some profits last week, because on the way up, because this could become a little vulnerable. We're getting almost what's going to be possible, a potential overlapping wave in the weekly chart going to a D potential. But I want you to protect our gains, and that's what we're doing, looking at the, here we go, gold. Gold right now is up 15 at 27.44. How appropriate that gold should be an all-time high as a salutation to Tom. And at this particular point, I have some indication that on a very short-term basis is a little bit overbought. Yes, the stochastic's 89%, hasn't flattened out yet. It's just run up. The unbalanced volume is overbought. MACD's great, turned positive. 9-period moving over the 14, great. The gold price itself way over the 9. None of that is negative. Just to say, on a purely short-term basis, the unbalanced volume is saying, yep, a little bit overbought. Leg C in the monthly says that it should still go to a D in 2024. Amazing. All right, we've got another break coming up. I want you to show you silver. Look at this. Silver had a big pop to the upside. Now it's up 69 cents to 33.92. Went to a recovery high. It's got that leg D. We've been talking about this for I don't know how long. And it's leg C in the weekly. That's very positive. Leg D in the monthly. Silver. I'll be right back. Basil Chapman.
The Gold Report. As a precious metal, gold is still king. It continues to hold the most effective safe haven and hedging properties across the global major trading hubs of the London OTC market, the U.S. futures market, and the Shanghai Gold Exchange. The Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his weekly gold report every Monday morning for subscribers, consisting of coverage of the XAU, HUI, GDX, the dollar, bonds, the South African rand, as well as 25 different mining equities with specific buy-sell recommendations. The Gold Report. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Subscribe to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report newsletter now at TFNN.com.
The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust. The stock market is a delicate, interconnecting web of commodities, equities, and trader psychology. When one string of the web is pulled, it has a ripple effect across the broader market. This is where opportunity lies. But how are you to gather all of this information into one cohesive model when you're already spending your energy looking for any possible trade opportunities? Luckily, you don't have to worry about that, as Tom O'Brien has brought all important market news to you in one single newsletter, Market Insights. Market Insights provides a daily overview of what's happening in the indexes, bonds, gold, and more. Follow along with Tom daily as he analyzes the components that affect the overall movement of the stock market, giving insight into how each one plays either a bullish or bearish role. Tom also analyzes specific equities that he believes has the potential to make huge returns, and his track record proves his analysis right. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Don't let the market leave you in the dust.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds for both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direction. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direction.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Hi, folks. So we're looking at the Dow down 166. I think there's just enough room to maybe have one more bounce. Maybe it's the IBM earnings. Is that on Wednesday? Yeah, maybe it'll be Wednesday. You got Triple M tomorrow, Verizon, these all Dow stocks tomorrow. You've got IBM, Coca-Cola on Wednesday. We'll see how it works out. Oh, Newmont. Let's just have a look at Newmont. Newmont on Wednesday. Newmont's been a real leader. We've got a gold stock. It's doing nicely, but it's nothing like Newmont. Look at that, Newmont all-time high. Oh, I shouldn't say all-time high. Newmont all-time high was, the last major high was in 2022. April 86.37 plummets down to 30, and now it's trading at 57.80, hit 58.71. Okay, so I'm going to introduce this to some of you that maybe don't know it, but many of you who know my work, the plethora of techniques that I've developed over the decades, know that I look at round numbers. So over the weekend, I was looking at round, when I got my computer back, it was good, so I could start looking at all these round numbers. I'm not going to go through it right this very moment, but a number of very important stocks start to see round numbers. Let me just see if I've written at least one or two here so that we can, you know what I'm talking about, at all-time highs. Gosh, I did so much work, but some of it I'm just, because of all what's going on, it just kind of slipped. Okay, right there. All right, well, let's go to sectors that are doing well. Look, here's CrowdStrike, CRWD. CrowdStrike trading right now at 312.56. It had a round number, if I'm remembering this correctly. Yes. So the round number on the 11th of October, it had a 313. No, it did 297 low on the 10th, had a huge move to the upside from the 297 low. The very next session on the 11th had another round number, 313, still made a higher high, then made another high on the 14th. That must have been Monday. And I'm watching these very closely because it did pull back after that. But I'm waiting to see. This is a peak C. There's no other way I can count it. There should be some kind of a pop to a higher high. It doesn't have to be because the all-time high was way back, just under 400 back in June, I think it was, of this year. So once it's done that, it could fail underneath it. But I'm watching them very closely. So there are a whole bunch of other stocks that were making. It was Palo Alto, PANW. Let me see if that was one. And I liked it, yes, Palo Alto, a whole bunch of round numbers going to 380.80 was the all-time high on the 9th, the week of the 9th of February in 2024. That's this year. Plunges down to 260.09, has this higher highs and higher lows. It has a move that says in this rectangle lopsided cup formation that there should be a move to just under, right on the previous high, or just above, and then you got to be careful. Well, 380.80 was that high. What was the high today? What is the high? 384. I didn't even know it. I just as purely by chance. I've got this maybe as a leg F. I'll have to do some work on it, but it did a 384 round number with the high so far. It could be changed by later in the day. High. This is Palo Alto Networks. And that's what you remember all the work I did. Let me just go through this. I don't even know if I got it because most of them split. But you remember in March, April, we were looking at all those stocks. We were looking at NVIDIA. NVIDIA did 140.76 in June. Wait, what happened to those round numbers? It was up there because it's been, I had to redo it because it had a split. There were round numbers, weren't there? Yep, there it is. I've got, isn't that interesting? I don't know what happened, but we had MSTR, all these stocks. This is, okay. So we're looking at MicroStrategy. Yeah, it had 170 round number, and then 182 was all open in all those round numbers, and then it plunged down to 102. I mean, I'd say 80 to 102 is a pretty deep correction, right? So I'm looking at that in different areas, and I'm starting to see it. So that would be the clue to me that we're going to have a pretty serious pullback. Serious meaning 8 to 12% initially. That has to be the thinking. I don't see it just yet, but I see it very close. And I'm doing my homework to see where it is. GDX came in. The question is GDX. Yes, look at GDX. Great move. Is this a brand new leg B or is it a continuation pattern? It's a leg D in the weekly chart and a leg D in the monthly. So that just tells me that there's a chance that we've just got to monitor the action of gold in this particular time frame. Phase, I should call it. It's not really a time frame. It's a phase. And what would be the kind of pullback that you'd expect? Well, with the Middle East situation as it is, I really think this is much more Middle East than pure gold. This is the icon of what gold is as a harbinger of fear. It's your VIX index of the in the gold market, right? Gold. So I'm watching this, and these are the gold miners. So they're doing very nicely. If you look at silver, silver's doing very nicely. It's finally got to that leg D we're waiting for in the monthly chart. Anything can happen in the month now. It's done. Once it's gone to leg D, you can't take it away. You can monitor to see if there's a peak D after that. But right now, that's what you were looking for. And have a look at this. This is the continuous silver contract. Look, that all-time high, not all-time, the high that major high that was made back in 2011, right there. So I'm using this because it gets smoothed out. So this is the silver contract. Let me just go to the SLV. The SLV, yeah, that was a price that doesn't change. That price, right? You remember, this is what I'm looking at here in the monthly chart, left side, right side price time match in the cup formation, in the monthly chart going from 2021 high, but if you go all the way back to the 2011 high, April, it hit 48.35. So 48.35 down to 12. I'd say that's a bit of a pullback. Yeah, so this is the right side of gold and silver that's moving to higher highs and higher lows, and that's really cool. Basil Chapman. I'll be back, and we'll have the final segment coming up.
The consistency you're looking for is closer than you think. 1 or 2 adjustments are usually all you need to change your equity curve from red to green and keep it there. Come join Larry Pesavento live to learn what separates the winners from the losers. Join Larry Pesavento on the 2nd and 4th Friday of every month for 3 hours of live trading from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where Larry will show you the market setting up and, most important of all, the state of mind of a winning trader. By watching Larry trade, you'll learn the Fibonacci levels, you'll learn how to apply A to B to C to D trading patterns, you'll learn trade management, pattern recognition, and much more. Join Larry October 11th and 25th for more live trading action. Your purchase goes towards 2 sessions, so make sure to sign up now so you don't miss a chance to sit next to Larry as he trades the market live. For all information and to reserve your spot today, go to the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Hi folks, we're back. We're looking at Bitcoin down 1,500 at 67,175. It went above the Chapman Wave Inside Track propellant zone. Well, it was a repellent zone to become a propellant zone, but it hasn't held, so it's pulling back. I'm looking at this and saying that the monthly chart has this cup, one of my least favorite patterns, cup and handle formation. And on the next dip, if you are going to play the handle side, you've got to get it appropriately so that you can run it all the way up, because once it breaks the upside lip on the left side, it invariably comes back into the handle. So you've got to time this right. I'm a little more favorably inclined towards this since April, March, I think it was, into April. I said, I think Bitcoin's made its high, and it's going to make lower lows, lower highs and much lower lows, and maybe form falling axe formation. Well, it has. Now it's starting to get the cup formation or V-shape. We'll see if it's able to get to the 73,000 area over the next 2 weeks or so. All right, with that said, I just want you to one more time. I better read it, otherwise it's really tough for me to do. Over the weekend, we were informed that Tom O'Brien Sr. passed away from a terminal condition. This is what I sent to my subscribers this morning at 9 o'clock. It is with untold sadness, tremendous gratitude, and immense respect that I relay the sudden horrific news. My, and I am sure your, deepest sympathies go out to Tommy Jr. and his family. Tommy did a magnificent show this morning. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how he was able to do it, but I'm sure it's because of the fantastic memory and spirit of his father, and how his father can be so proud of him, because he's really just developed. I mean, some of us have known Tommy since he was a much younger person, and he's just grown into such a tremendous human being. And we've all got to thank Tom O'Brien for that, and we're going to miss Tom dearly. It was an immense force here at TFNN. With that, I'm going to hand you over to Steve Rhodes, and with tears in our eyes, we're going to miss Tom O'Brien, a wonderful leader.